Hello and welcome. You're watching dbmnTv. This is Abigail R. Carmelim bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Father Alfred Roca, 89, is a Salesian missionary who has Ethiopia in his heart. He spent nearly 4 decades sharing joys and sorrows with the people of Ethiopia, especially in the Tigray region. He recently spoke to the Salesian Bulletin of Spain on what has happened in northern Ethiopia in the last 2 years. When war broke out in northern Ethiopia in November 2020, it found some space in the media, and some nations and international organizations took an interest and offered their help. But as the days passed and the war in Ukraine began, the conflict in Tigray stopped making headlines. These 2 years have meant great suffering for many people for the Tigray region and partly also for the rest of the country. War, hunger, lack of medicines and medical assistance, the closure of schools and universities, the recruitment of many young people. But it is a fact that the end of hostilities was possible thanks to the intervention of international organizations. As for the comparison with the treatment of the war with Ukraine, it is not up to me. After an intensive 5 days of great discussions and deliberations, the Don Bosco Tech Africa and World Stakeholders Assembly came to a closure on 24 March 2023 at Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Various presentations were covered during the meeting, presented by speakers from international organizations, government, industries, Salesians, non-governmental organizations, donors and beneficiaries. In his presentation on the importance of data guided by a good information management system, Father Dindo S. Vituk, Director Don Bosco Tech Asian, presented the right process framework that elaborates why data is important. The process framework has 4 stages: right information, right strategies, right decisions, and right results. Having truthful and useful data will help in making the right decisions and, in the end, get the best and desired results. He emphasized on the importance of considering data as an essential aspect in our ministry. He also underscored the need to have a paradigm shift and embrace the changing times as we carry out our mission for the young people. Youth attending Salesian schools and youth centers in Timor-Leste had access to better nutrition thanks to a partnership between Salesian Missions, the U.S. development arm of the Salesians of Don Bosco, and Rise Against Hunger, and international relief organization that provides food and life-changing aid to the world's most vulnerable. In the second half of 2022, Rise Against Hunger provided funding to the Don Bosco Foundation so that locally sourced food could be bought and distributed to Salesian schools and centers. A Salesian missionary with the Don Bosco Foundation noted, the distribution enables many beneficiaries to improve their health, which in turn supports them in their studies and extracurricular activities as a way to prepare them for a good future. The schools, technical and vocational training centers, orphanages and youth centers allow hundreds to finish their elementary and junior high school to advance to senior and university studies. The communication teams of the various works of the Salesian province of Porto Alegre met last week for a meeting on animation and management of the work in the area. From March 23rd to 25th, schools, social centers, parishes and Salesian institutes in southern Brazil send their communicators to reflect on the role of territory in the BPA province. The meeting marked the alignment of the social communication team with the work towards the strategic planning of the Salesian Network of Brazil RSB 2020 to 2030. With the goal of strengthening the Salesian image as a network in southern Brazil, communicators studied the proposed provincial communication plan, reflected on strategies and programming, and noted the work's progress in the province. The meeting also encouraged participants to face the charismatic responsibility of communicating the Salesian mission. It must be emphasized that communication is a charismatic dimension of the Salesian congregation. It is more than a service. It is a field of education and evangelization. We left more co-responsible in responding to our call as network communicators attentive to the charism of Don Bosco, highlighted SC Delegate Thiago Caminada. With the objectives of reflecting on the associative experience starting from life experiences in order to promote it in educational centers, The meeting of Salesian School Works was held in Caracas from March 14 to 16 with the presence of 31 educators and 27 students from 12 schools. The meeting began with the sharing of associative experiences that are carried out in the school centers and was attended by Father Alfredo Oliveros, Vicar of the Salesian province of Venezuela. Father Oliveros shared characteristics, areas or dimensions of growth according to GC23, pedagogical and methodological principles, planning, programming and evaluation, the figure of the counselor animator and his roles in the group. With guidance from Father Oliveros, the participants organized into mixed group for reflections and contributions on the points indicated. Then they gathered according to educational sections for reflections on how to improve and promote associationism in their schools. Finally, teachers engaged in a dialogue on the situation of teachers in Salesian centers and the difficult situation regarding salaries throughout the country. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us.